The first outfit I designed is for my main, Gih'Mees. I wanted to go with a classic autumn palette, so her outfit is going to have a lot of warm browns and yellows and oranges. I was looking for a chest motif that is both armored and had a scarf slash turtleneck aspect. Since she's got a small frame, I wanted to go with sleek lines and a smooth silhouette, as well as some hints of fluff to make sure that she stays cozy while questing in Tamriel. Choosing a helm is always the hardest part, especially for Argonians, and I went with this hood because I wanted to continue the circular details that you see in the other styles, like in her gloves and her waist and her boots. I ended up changing the chest because I didn't like how the flappy part hid the details of the legs, and I really liked how the corset seemed to extend below her belt, which really made the two different styles look like one cohesive outfit. For Gannea, I wanted to go more towards clothing, so lots of light motifs that are suitable for everyday activities. I wanted to have a lot of ornaments and detail in her outfit because I like to think she attends a lot of ceremonies during this time, especially to bless the harvests and prepare for the winter. In her spare time though, I want her to be comfortable so she can take the jewels off and hang out at home. I do change the shoulders to something more suitable, but since her original design had bones on her shoulders, I thought continuing that trend was a good idea, but thankfully I realized it wasn't. I also changed her colors to veer away from the bright greens because I felt like it was too spring adjacent instead of fall, which you'll see at the end of the segment. Duraz, my most fashionable character, deserves a feminine and elegant outfit for every season. I went through a lot of changes with this outfit because I wanted to show off her curves and still have reasonable coverage, while still looking very ladylike. Her palette has a lot of reds and creams because I wanted that pink color scheme without being too light and fresh, so going for a lot of berry shades seemed to be the most appropriate, and I think it goes really well with that rich dark leather that she's got. I love her chest motif so much. I think the scarf and the corset go together very well and they are so pretty. I also love using Greymoor legs to simulate thigh-high boots. Altogether, this is a very Pinterest-inspired look. You would definitely see this character at the nearest Starbucks ordering a pumpkin frappe, and she is loving every second of it. Now we go to my darker characters, starting with Elaris. I also had trouble choosing the right motifs that corresponded with the idea I had in my head. I wanted to go dark academia, so a baggy blouse tucked into trousers with creams and blues that dipped into a winter color scheme but still had warmth from the browns and the oranges. I had loads of issues with the helm as usual, but I knew I was going to hide it in the end, so I tried not to lose my mind over it too much. The shoulders are quite flamboyant, but I chose them because I wanted to give his silhouette a little bit more flair since he generally has a weak structure. Keeps Your Secrets, or Casey as I call her, already has a dark main outfit, but I wanted to go more in the Halloween realm of autumn, so she got a totally new spooky ensemble. I'm not very comfortable with using these shoulder styles, but I really like the shape of the Hollowjack light shoulders, and they went surprisingly well with the Grim Harlequin chest, which is my favorite motif, so I was very happy to use it. Her color palette is classic black and orange since the orange is so bright in her shoulders. I didn't use Void Pitch Black because I didn't want the details of her armor to get lost. I did change her gloves because I wanted the chest motif sleeves to be more prominent, which you'll notice at the end. Put a witch's hat on her head and you've got a pretty good Halloween costume. Xul'ki is my favorite boy to dress up because everything he wears suits him perfectly. I already knew what I wanted, and it was just a matter of getting the right motifs together. I wanted emphasis on the supernatural and bones, so I tried to replicate what a harvest spirit might look like. The mother scene at Monster style is eerie and creepy and perfect for that mysterious creature look. He is very well covered, which is odd because this character loves to show skin, but I like the rugged feel of the scarf and all the leather straps on the pants. His color palette is a bit dirtier with shimmering dark reds and lots of dark browns, with a couple hints of orange just to make the buckles pop a little bit more. I really like the muddy palette that he has going on. It feels very spooky.